right, gentlemen, straight ahead, please. Can I get you both straight ahead, please? Straight ahead.
Right here.
Right here. Straight ahead, please. All three of you straight ahead. Can I get all three of you right here, please? Hold that.
Nice size.
And up top. Hold on, second row, please.
Straight center.
And Uma, come on down. Uma, right there, please. Uma, straight ahead.
And Uma, the front of the truck.
Straight ahead, please.
Right to center.
Here, please. Tommy and D, up here. And guys, come over here a little bit. Straight ahead. And Tommy and D, right here.
Nice size.
Tommy and D, straight ahead, please.
Charlie,
up top.
Pop out.
I counter pop, up here, second row.
only left. Ladies, one time I got pop.
Ladies, looking right here. Carly, right here, please. Carly, right here, please.
Carly, up top.
Carly, right here, please.
Up top.
Carly, right here, please. Carly.
Carly, right down here. Carly, to your left, right down here. Carly.
Emily, up here, please.
And we just started coming up with these scenarios and just putting them on Snapchat.
And back here, Emma.
Honestly, we winged
And Cheyenne.
Padma, straight ahead.
Padma, straight ahead, right here.
And Padma up top. Petra, straight in front of you, please. Petra, up top, please. Petra, right in front of you, Petra. Hold that, please, Petra. Petra, one more time right here, please.
And Andy, right here. And all the way to the end, one last one.
Hold on, Rachel, one more time. And Chanel, up top, please. And Chanel, second row. Chanel, up top.
Chanel, right here. Nice eye contact, straight ahead. Nice in the front of the outfit.
And Chanel, back up top. Chanel, a little bit to the left.
Chanel to the right.
Remember your fundamentals, people. Ladies, up here, please.
At the end here, please. Here we go. And then right here, please.
Straight ahead again. John Kelly, right here. John Kelly, right here. John. And Deborah, up here, please.
Sandra, nice eye contact right here.
To your left. And Mr. Gaetano right here. And one more right back here.
Come up top here, please.
Lauren.
One more time, straight ahead.
Carol, straight ahead.
Carol, second row, Carol. Carol, up top. Elsa, second row, please. Elsa, to your left. And Chris, up top.
Hey, Chris. Right over here. Over here. Last look. First look. Right here.
Lorenza.
And right here.
Lorenza, next spot. Right here, please. Step out.
Hold that straight ahead. One more time, straight ahead. Top, please. And Natalia up top. And guys, together. Hey, you both right here, please.
Straight ahead, nice eye.
Straight ahead.
Jordan, straight ahead. Melissa, right here for Harry Weinstein.
Thank you.
And Melissa up top. Thank you. Right here, please. Right here, both of you guys.
Isabel, right here like that, back here.
Straight ahead, please. Hold that. Do one more right here. And one more time right here.
I always support amfAR. I have throughout, I guess, probably my whole career, as long as amfAR has been around. I don't know which of us is older, me or amfAR. It's obvious. I mean, this disease is not stopping, and we can't take our attention off of it. And these are the people who are fighting to help and save and heal millions. I hope we don't need another 30 years to solve this problem. They must prosper. They need to prosper tonight, continue the research, and succeed. Harvey is an extraordinary contributor on so many humanitarian levels. I have been to many, many events that he has hosted and sponsored. Everything from amfAR to Obama. He's just a leader in supporting the right causes.
What amfAR does is so amazing and so important. I've been working with amfAR for over 15 years. amfAR got started in 1985, and they've raised over $450 million, to help find a cure against AIDS and HIV, and it's amazing what they do. So tonight is a big gala. It's also a kickoff for Fashion Week, and I'm always very proud to be part of it and spread the word, and so that people raise more money, and hopefully one day we'll find a cure. Also, I'm excited to see Harvey Weinstein. He is a very powerful man, and he's being honored tonight. I've been friends with Harvey for many, many years, and he deserves to be, honored today because, he's such a powerful man, and he does so much good in the world. It is amazing because also 6 years ago, they actually cured one person. So this is unbelievable. So I feel like for people, out there who are affected, there's hope out there. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of my friends. I know Adriana is going to be here, Adriana Lima, who I haven't seen in so many years because we used to work together for so many years. And, we all have kids and we travel all over the world. So I'm always excited to see my fellow model friends.
It kicks off New York Fashion Week. It's our way of saying thank you to the fashion world, community, universe that have been so supportive for so long. It's also our 30th anniversary. We're old, and but we try not to show it. And we also talk about all the extraordinary progress we've made this past year. The launch of we built a Cure Institute this year, and we talk about our countdown campaign, which is making huge progress. Harvey has been, we have an event every year that we do in Europe, and Harvey has been pivotal with Sharon, with myself, and a few others, but Harvey's kind of led the charge. We've raised tens of millions of dollars. That event's become probably the ultimate.
amfAR is my fave. I've worked with them for about 8 years as one of their ambassadors. So I'm always here. If I'm in town, I make it happen. Because amfAR has always been on the forefront. amfAR, their money, everything goes to research. All of the scientists, everything. They're forward thinking, and I've seen firsthand what they're doing. It's wonderful.
I'm performing tonight, so that's the reason, and obviously it's an incredible cause to support. I was here last time when they did an amfAR event at Cannes, and it was just such a beautiful event, and they raised so much money for the charity. And obviously, curing HIV and AIDS is such an important cause and such an important mission. So I'm very happy and excited to be here.
I always support amfAR. The fight is not over. We don't have a cure. We will have a cure. This is the best organization fighting for a cure, and that's why I'm here. They do throw a really good party. That's also why I'm here. Listen, by the way, if Trump can run, why can't Harvey? Right?
It's hard not to want to support an organization like this. They've done so much great work for so long, and you have to. I think I'm just looking forward to seeing a lot of old friends. I've been to this gala before for many years, and I've also presented. Tonight I'm just here to support, so I think it's going to be a beautiful evening. Well, I've known Harvey for a really long time. He published my first 2 cookbooks, which most people don't know, and so I know that he has done a lot for AIDS, and it's great that he's being recognized.
We're just so happy to be a part of this amazing night. We're looking forward to looking at, of course, all the beautiful people that's here on the red carpet night. Yeah. Everyone looks amazing. But also,
We're so proud to be a part of this event, and we performed in Milan amfAR, and now we're here, and I think it's a very important question, so yeah, we're super proud.
I don't know what to expect of the rest of the evening, except it's going to be beautiful and amazing.
And high biddings.
Yes,
hopefully.
A lot of money going to this important thing. But from our performance, you can expect a lot of dancing.
Yes.
Yes.
We start the party.
How much they accomplished in such a short time. I mean, 30 years sounds so long, but when you see what they've done, it's amazing, and we're happy to be a part of making AIDS history. So.
Who wouldn't be here tonight? I feel like this is like a staple of Fashion Week, definitely, and I feel like every year it's getting bigger and better, and it's everywhere. amfAR is like set up everywhere, and I am so proud and honored that to be a supporter, but also that they're doing so well. You know, there's so many causes out there, and you don't know necessarily if they're doing their job, and amfAR is doing their job.
I've supported amfAR, I believe, since it started, or as long as I've known about it. It's one of my biggest, you know, it's one of the things I support the most. I believe so much in what they do. What they've done thus far is incredible, and I feel like they're going to do so much more. I think the sky's the limit, and it's really extraordinary, and I love being a part of it. I think he deserves it. I mean, honestly, I've known him for, I think, 100 years. He's extraordinary, and what he contributes to amfAR is unbelievable, so impressive.
I'm supporting my friend Harvey Weinstein. I support amfAR. Kenneth Cole is a great friend. I've been supporting amfAR for many, many years now. He has been carrying the flag for as long as I can remember. And Harvey's very passionate. He gives of himself, of his movie stars, of his wife, of his friends. He is not afraid to go out and ask anybody, from Bill Clinton to Obama to anyone, for money to fight AIDS. And I respect that.
Well, as chairman of the MAC AIDS Fund, MAC has been fighting the fight against HIV and AIDS for over a quarter of a century, very much like amfAR, and we've been involved from the very beginning, supporting the incredible research and work that's being done on the ground, and MAC Viva Glam is a sponsor of tonight's event and honoring Harvey Weinstein, who's given so much support through the arts to amfAR.
Well, I have a long personal history with Harvey Weinstein when I began in Hollywood. And,
it's a great cause. It's a very important organization, amfAR.
He's been a champion in this fight against AIDS. He deserves the honor.
I think it's for an amazing cause. It's a great organization. They do this better than a lot of other charities. He's a Hollywood legend. He's an icon. He's made incredible films. He's created an amazing company that makes beautiful, beautiful works of art. And I think that this is one of the few organizations that just doesn't prop celebrities up and say, like, come and it'll be a fun party, we'll drink champagne. It's actually really clear what they're doing, and a really super, super important organization.
Just turn her face away. Your neighbour's left you. You're looking very lonely. And it's only $5,000 more. It's a tiny little bag.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the amfAR New York Gala. Thank you so much for coming out on this cold and wintry evening at last, and we're thrilled to be with you tonight in support of amfAR and their efforts to find a cure for HIV through innovative research.
I must say, I've always felt a special connection with Harvey because we share the same name. But here's something I bet you didn't know. He's my brother from the same mother. In name only.
In his storied career, he has won 2 Academy Awards, 2 Golden Globes, a Kennedy Center honor, and dozens of other awards and nominations too numerous to mention. He is also a generous supporter of a range of philanthropic causes, including amfAR, and he's the co-founder of the Tribeca Film Festival. Please welcome the great Robert De Niro.
When Jane Rosenthal and I started the Tribeca Film Center in a building on Greenwich Street, we envisioned a community center for filmmakers. Harvey was one of our first visitors, and he committed to moving in and taking a full floor before he stepped onto the elevator. He was also the first tenant who had to, this is hard for me to say. He was also the first tenant we had to evict for not paying his rent. Just kidding. $170 million. To put that in perspective, Harvey could make 12 movies with that money. 11 of those would be nominated for Best Picture, and articles would be written about the 12th being snubbed. There would also be at least 60 nominations for Best Actor and Actress. On a personal note, Harvey could have bullied anyone into presenting him with this award, and I'm humbled and proud that he chose to bully me. On behalf of amfAR and everyone here tonight, it's my honor to present amfAR's Award of Courage to my good friend Harvey Weinstein.
It's ironic that Leo DiCaprio here and Bob De Niro are both here. First of all, they've had their own insane, great relationship, and they've also both been incredibly good at taking the piss out of me on a stage. So I'm flattered. I'm also flattered that so many people and friends are here tonight. I want to thank Diane Kruger for that wonderful introduction. I want to thank Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. And yes, you're at my table, but they told me you had to sit with Chanel. And Carolina Kokova, Heidi Klum, who you'll see later, and of course, Kenneth Cole. You know, I would hear from Michael every now and then, and he would say he had an advanced case of pneumonia, because that's what people said in those days. And then eventually he passed away. And that's what led me to, you know, say this was such a great man, such a great talent, such a great influence in my life. And I said, I've got to do something about that. And that's when I met the incredible Dr. Matilda Krim and Elizabeth Taylor in Cannes. And what we did, you know, and what they had done already was we took a small room at a restaurant called the Moulin des Mougins, and we would raise, you know, $300,000 in an evening. There wasn't even microphones. It was so poorly organized, usually by me. And but it was the early days, it was the infancy of everything. I remember getting a guy to pay 30 grand. I know it's politically incorrect, but I thought it was a good cause, to watch Naomi Campbell get dressed. And God's gonna get me later. But I think De Niro's gonna beat him to it. Heidi, who's here tonight, gave James Caan a massage for 30 grand on the stage. I mean, there's a quote from Kurt Vonnegut, and it says, good can triumph over evil if the angels are as organized as the mafia. We do things in unorthodox ways, but I think we get the job done, especially the important ones like amfAR. I can't thank you for this incredible honor. I have given people a couple of heart attacks every now and then. Okay, I admit it, but no more. And this is a wonderful organization to serve. It has been my pleasure. And as Ken knows, what I've always said is, when the disease ends, my job ends too. So thank you very much, everybody.
Mr. DiCaprio, thank you, sir. $55,000 now. $55,000 now. $55,000 now. Should we muscle up, sir? Try 60 now.
Come on, sir. It's life-changing. I can guarantee
55
you.
now. 55 against you, sir. 95,000. 95,000. Sold twice. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you, sir, very much. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Inga. At $95,000, Mongolia is receiving
Thank you, that's amazing.
a new honorary citizen. Thank you, Leonardo DiCaprio. Thank you, sir. Sold twice. Sold. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you all. It is time now for us all to honor the great hallmark of Harvey's generosity. Ladies and gentlemen, arguably Czechoslovakia, or now the Czech Republic's greatest export and innovation since the contact lens, Karolina Kokova.
Thank you, thank you.
At $45,000 then, thank you both so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Going to you, two of you, at $45,000. Sold, and thank you.
Take me over, you're the magic in my veins. This must be love. Boom, clap, the sound in my heart. The beat goes on and on and on and on. And boom, clap, you make me feel good. Come on to me now. Boom, clap, the sound in my heart. The beat goes on and on and on and on. And boom, clap, you make me feel good. Come on to me now.
We should celebrate this beautiful evening together with a little dance, don't you think?
We can't hear you, don't you think? I got this feeling on a summer day when you were gone. I love it. I love it. I got this feeling on a summer day when you were gone. I crashed my car into the bridge. I wish I let it burn. I threw your shit into a bag and pushed it downstairs. I crashed my car into the bridge. Sing. I love it. Come on.
If not for amfAR's efforts, you should know that 40 million